Space Coconut.
Alright, so today we had a curated Q&A with the dev team. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but we all knew what to expect when it dropped. So, in this video we're just going to go over a couple of the things that they talked about. We're going to talk about the things that they said that they meant to say but didn't actually say, and we'll just kind of make fun of the devs and talk about the things that they talked about or didn't talk about. So, first, they had this question.
Okay. Why did you change how rank reset works? Because the last rank reset was different.
What we've done is we've changed it so that you go from whatever color you're in. So if you're in red, you're going to go to purple. If you're purple, you're going to go to green. And if you're green, you're going to go to yellow, and the yellow to brown. Right? I think that's it. That makes sense. Ultimately, what this will do is after a rank reset, instead of everyone being bunched all together in the same area, which means that new players might play against experienced players, players that are just not necessarily comfortable playing against experienced players are thrown right into the deep end. Now we're going to have a hopefully equal balance where ranks 1 to 4 will be playing at 5, and at the beginning they're pretty much going to be playing with rank 1s to like rank 8s, something of that nature, where you should have more contained matches of equal skill.
Now, I don't have access to the data. Only the devs do. So any kind of assumption or prediction or just guess that I have in regards to this topic is literally just that, just speculation. It's just a guess. It's, based off of anecdotal evidence and so forth. But I don't think this system is going to have the intended effect. The biggest problem with, worrying about how rank reset works is the fact that it's still based on this ranking system that is very, very bad. We all know that it's very easy to rank up. The system that the devs have in place rewards players who play more often than others. In order to do well in the emblem system, you have to, perform certain tasks during a match in order to earn enough emblems to rank up. It doesn't matter how well you actually perform, because if you destroy a team of survivors, there's a good chance that you could DPIP or just, have a draw, even though you soundly won the match. It's not how the devs want you to play. So what ends up happening with that is that a player plays the game and eventually, as far as my assumption goes, will reach rank 1 if they play for a long enough period of time. Of course, a new player may not be able to do this, but any player that has a reasonable amount of experience will be able to reach red ranks, within a short period of time or a reasonable period of time. What this new rank reset's going to do is, let's say 5,000 people started at rank 1 or rank 20. Over the next month, those 5,000 people will diversify. Well, let's say they all have the same skill rank, right? In the first rank reset period, let's pretend that they only reach rank 12. Let's say they reach rank 12, the reset happens, and they get knocked back to rank 13, which is the last yellow rank. Then, over the next month, let's say they manage to get to rank 8. By now they've gained enough skill, blah, 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 they can get to that rank, right? Rank reset happens and they go up to rank 9. They don't get set to rank 13. It goes to rank 9 instead. Just the previous rank just before. This happens in the following month, except this time, starting from rank 9, the player has enough time to reach rank 4, red ranks. This player has spent enough time to get to red ranks. However, there's no guarantee that this player has the skill that should have been in place to allow them to reach those ranks. There's no guarantee of that. Now, once they're at red ranks, let's say after this period of time, they have the skill of green ranks, perhaps. Now, these players are going to be forced to stay at red ranks. Now, because these players, all they need is time to get to this point, what's going to happen is the majority of the player base is going to end up at the higher ranks because the rank reset A is stupid. B, now it doesn't reset them backwards as far. It only resets them at most 4 ranks. The worst case scenario, the maximum number of ranks somebody would be set back would be from 1 to 5, from 5 to 9, from 9 to 13, and from 13 to 17. That 5 ranks is the most a player will lose after a rank reset. If they gain 6 ranks, I don't know. They have created a system that, I don't know, in just me thinking about it, I don't know how it's actually going to be in practice. I don't know the skill level of other players involved, but they may have created a system where everybody, if they play long enough, are going to end up at red ranks. Now, the problem with that on several levels is A, players who have red rank skill are going to be going up against players who have yellow rank skill, but everybody's going to be in red ranks. This is going to create a lot of problems with balance. The devs like to use red ranks and the mid ranks as the guidepost for all of their balance decisions, which is stupid. But now they're going to have all of this skewed data at red ranks because we have these less skilled players at red ranks. This isn't going to happen overnight, of course, but by the end of next year, I figure like more than half of the player base is going to be in the red ranks. Of course, this is just a theory. This is just an idea. This is just the way I imagine it happening because of how easy this ranking system is for people to rank up. The funniest bit about this is like he talks about putting people, that this ranking system will group people up according to their skill. These devs still don't seem to understand that their emblem system does not measure skill whatsoever. It measures how well you can play the game according to their rules. And their rules say, don't beat the other team too hard. Well, I guess I should say, it tells the killers, don't kill the survivors too fast. As far as I know, survivors who just don't escape and don't do the other things, they don't do their check marks. I figure, from what I've seen, a survivor can still be sacrificed and still pip and rank up, even though they didn't fulfill the ultimate goal of a survivor, which is to escape. There are a lot of problems that this new system is going to cause, and it's because, I mean, this system right here, this rank reset change, should have happened after they changed the emblem system. This system, if it actually measured skill, would be pretty good. It really would. But it doesn't, so it's not. But anyway, that's my opinion. I guess we will see in a year. Next, they talked about deep wounds, and this, I wish I could have, I don't know. I wish somebody were there. I wish they did this in front of a live audience of people who actually played their game. Watch this.
Jeff, one of our QA /
Awesome,
designers,
Jeff.
yeah, he
Jeff.
mentioned this solution where suppose deep wound just doesn't go down if you're running, and we all looked at each other and thought, I can't think of a way to abuse this. Can you think of a way? And Matt's like, no, I can't think of a way to abuse
We
it.
were like, the only thing you can do as a survivor is run indefinitely and never get caught. And it's like, but then you're not doing anything else.
The other 3 survivors are genius.
So we
All right, that
thought,
sounds okay.
Well, you run towards a save or something. You can do that.
yeah.
Sure, but I mean,
So-
like, you're not doing gens, you're not doing...
Yeah, so you're
progressing
not
the game.
abusing the system. So we thought,
Darn it, Jeff.
let's ship it, and so we shipped it. And so far, I've been quite happy with the results that we've gotten, the way it feels. We've had some negative feedback on it, but overall, the feedback is positive because we don't hear of people abusing deep wounds anymore. It's in a much healthier place.
I'd like to point out that he said they don't hear negative feedback about deep wounds, about people abusing it. So the survivors have stopped whining. Now, deep wounds on original Legion was stupid. Deep wounds with Nemesis would have been stupid. The problem is that now, deep wounds by itself is stupid. I think Otz played with Legion and was able to hit each survivor with deep wounds. And after he hit the 3rd survivor, the 1st survivor had mended and was available to be hit with deep wounds. And I think he had a streak of like 8 people. Yes, those survivors weren't working on gens. They were just mending. But what benefit did that give to the Legion who can't down survivors with his power? 100% this guy does not play Legion He doesn't play Survivor against these. How? How are these devs this stupid? But I mean, the fact that they obviously don't read the forums to know that the feedback was overwhelmingly negative. Well, okay. I have to be fair and say that the Legion does feel better to play. The speediness of him going over the things, it doesn't feel like he's slower. He feels like he is actually a faster killer. The problem is that being fast doesn't help you if your power doesn't help you down survivors. Hitting the survivors with deep wound does nothing, at least in my opinion. They mentioned that
And now that I have all that in a stable position, I can continue monitoring Legion and see what else we can do to bring him into a better place, because we know that he's still not even mid-tier, but he hasn't gone down significantly either. He's pretty much stayed at an even power level since the release.
two things about this statement. One, the Legion has always been low tier, which is below mid tier. Just so this guy knows, it's low tier, which is, bottom, lower level, below medium, below mid, right? That is low tier, just so you know. Legion has always been low tier. Second, it's hard to go down when you're at the bottom. So this guy said when I monitor the Legion. So this, if I remember right, this is the same guy who made the flashlight changes during the lunar New Year's event with the Hound, with the flashlight and palette stun changes. I think this is the same guy. This is the balance guy, and he's going to be keeping an eye on Legion. So I feel like we're in really good hands. Sorry, Legion mains. He's going to suck for a while. I love it when the devs try to get sassy with the community.
So, guys, how about we don't talk about nerf and buff and we talk about change? Because that's a change to the Doctor.
Hey, devs, how about we talk about change to the ranking system? How about we talk about change to the gen speeds, slugging, the hatch? How about we talk about changes to the Legion, the nurse, the clown, the trapper? How about we talk about the underwhelming perks that have been in the game since forever? How about we change keys? How about Maury's? If you want to talk about change, how about you start by changing your balance team? But guaranteed, regardless of what you guys say, some of these changes are nerfs, some of these changes are buffs. You can call it whatever you want. A turd is a turd. Then there's this little tidbit.
No winter event. We have given a lot of winter gift. We have for winter. We offered a ton of gifts.
What are these winter gifts that they're talking about? I mean, as far as I can tell, they only gave, they only made the exclusive cosmetics available for everyone. But my understanding is that was for a completely different reason, and that wasn't actually a holiday gift. They wanted to get rid of the third-party market, the secondary market that were selling these codes for hundreds of dollars that they were not seeing, in their store. So instead, they decided to destroy that market by giving all of those coded cosmetics for free. The only cosmetic that I can think of that I got for free was Bill's ugly sweater. I went through my survivors, and that was the only cosmetic that I got that was wintry. It was the only one that I can think of that I got that would have had anything to do with this holiday. Everything else was a gift at a discounted price in the store. Actually, no, that's a lie. I think we got a Christmas tree charm. Yeah, we also got that. I don't know if these devs think they're genuinely think they're being generous, but I mean, come on. Really? And these are the same devs that are asking you to spend money. If you spend money on the Battle Pass, if you spend money on the next event, and I'm using finger quotes for this, the next event is going to be lasting 3 months, just like it did for the Halloween event. We've been doing the Halloween event for the past 3 months. And because of that, we didn't see a Halloween event. We're not going to see a New Year's event. The next event we'll probably see was going to probably be the Chinese New Year event. That's going to last another 3 months. What falls in line with that? I'm thinking Halloween. No, Halloween. I'm thinking Valentine's Day. what else comes after that? Because Valentine's Day, they didn't really do anything, but they did release a couple of new cosmetics. It was for the Nurse and the Wraith, I think. Those were actually cool cosmetics. My point is that I don't think these devs are as generous as they think they are, and they're trying to play it off as it. But, this is just me being cynical. I think the devs are idiots, so whatever. Maybe they're geniuses, and they're doing it on purpose because they know the real idiots are going to keep spending money on this game. We've been doing the Halloween event for the past 3 months, and because of that, we don't get a Christmas event. We're not going to see a New Year's event. The next event we'll probably see was going to probably be the Chinese New Year event. That's going to last another 3 months. What falls in line with that? I'm thinking Halloween. No, Halloween. I'm thinking Valentine's Day. What else comes after that? Because Valentine's Day, they didn't really do anything, but they did release a couple of new cosmetics. It was for the Nurse and the Wraith, I think. Those were actually cool cosmetics. My point is that I don't think these devs are as generous as they think they are, and they're trying to play it off as it. But, this is just me being cynical. I think the devs are idiots, so whatever. Maybe they're geniuses, and they're doing it on purpose because they know the real idiots are going to keep spending money on this game.
Change a little way the way we're doing events. We're putting a lot of things in the tomes, so in the archives.
Just in case you fell for this little misleading verbiage here, the tomes in the archives are just the grind. The events, and I'm using finger quotes again, the events, items, the event itself is a 3-month-long grind that this archives have nothing to do with. How much of the archives had anything to do with the Hollow Blight, other than the lore, right? None of the challenges had anything to do with the Hollow Blight. The only cosmetic that was available that was Blight related. Oh, no. The Blight cosmetics weren't earnable through anything new and exciting within the game. You just played the game as normal. There was nothing new except for the Rift. And the Rift... the Rift. Anyway, they meant to say the exciting new events from now on are all going to be grinds for the Battle Pass. So look forward to that. The rest of the Q&A were just safe questions that the devs answered. A lot of stuff in regards to Oni and Yui and, how did you come up with them? What is their lore? Why does she ride a bike? There's a whole bunch of stupid questions that really didn't have anything to do with the core problems of the game. And, that's my thing. I think lore is stupid. It's kind of interesting, but it's not something that I actively go, oh my gosh, that's amazing, out of the way to, pay attention to. It's kind of like, well, who cares? Why can't I hear survivors when they're dying on the ground in front of me? There are important questions that need to be answered, and the devs don't like to answer them. Anyway, I'm done. I'm going to visit my wife's family again. So this weekend I'm not really going to be doing or playing much, but hopefully I can play more next week. I have a lot of grinding to do because I want to try and finish up. I think I have 9 more levels of the Rift before I can max out on the serum. So hopefully I can do that. I haven't even looked at level 4 on the tomes, but apparently it's amazing. We'll see how that goes. On a personal note, in regards to the copyright strike, it would seem that YouTube found my counterclaim untenable, so they forwarded it to the streamer, who now has 10 days to file paperwork in court against me to prevent the video from coming up. So as long as YouTube's system works the way it should, we should see that video pop back up in around 10 days. If it doesn't, I'll send in an email and we'll see what happens and blah, 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 blah. However, this means that the Twitch Hunter series falls under fair use, which means I'm going to be doing it more often. So look out, streamers. You might be next. Until then, I'll see you in the fog.